This is a busy time of year with all the hustle and bustle of the holidays, and with everything going on, you know there are going to be some questions about etiquette, holiday spending, and behavior. In today's Steal Advice segment, Marianne Wellner tackles some of those issues for us. Okay, this is a big one, this first one, because this is my mom. Okay, so the question is, I want to splurge on my grandchildren at Christmas, and I already bought them a ton of presents. My son emailed me a request that I limit my spending to $15 to $20 per child. Should I return what I bought or just ignore this?
Well, if the request came, you can't ignore it. The parents' rule. And understandably, the parents don't want any more stuff brought in. We have smaller families, we have grandparents, we have aunts, we have uncles, we have godparents, we have so much plastic and so many stuffed animals.
Yes.
A lot of the parents just say put a stop to it. And really you can take the toys, keep them at your house, return them if you can't use them, give them to someone who needs them, but we have too much.
Too much. My mom asked me if she could buy my daughter a teepee that was as big as this couch, and I said no, just no. All right, next question up is, my in-laws gave my kids Christmas PJs to wear on Christmas. Guess who rang our doorbell Christmas morning with the same style matching PJs on under their coats? They want to stick their nose in everything we do. Am I being unreasonable?
Can you imagine answering the door and seeing them in their pajamas Christmas morning?
Right.
I don't know that you're being unreasonable. Maybe you should turn it around and be thankful that you have grandparents that care that much. But so it's not an intrusion on your life for every event. Set some boundaries, plan some times, call them and say, you know, next year we'd love you to come at 3 o'clock. We have a surprise for you. And take control of your life, but be grateful they care.
Do you feel like those boundaries need to be set by the child of the parent, the grandparents?
Absolutely.
That's what I think
Absolutely.
too.
You don't want to create conflict.
Right.
When everyone on both sides have good intentions.
Absolutely. Okay, so next one up, I went out of control at last year's holiday party and made a fool of myself. Oh no. People who remember my antics are starting to tease me. Would it be good if I skipped the party this year?
For heaven's sakes, don't skip the party, but drink club soda at the party, a non-alcoholic soft drink, and remember that 25 or 30 years ago, what was very, very funny at a holiday party is no longer funny. Society has now become more prudish in our behavior, so ignore your mistake. Just don't repeat it.
Well, and the problem too is it's not just a memory. Now everything's on social media, so you need to be careful about what you're doing. Next up, my mail is loaded with donation letters and free Christmas cards, notepads, address labels, and calendars. If I keep the freebies, do I have to send a donation? This is a big one because I know this feeling.
I think accepting the donations, using them, creates guilt if you don't send a donation.
Yes.
But the rule is you do not have to return the things or send a donation. So it's up to you. If it's a charity that you normally would send some money to, then send them a check.
Okay. How do I convince my husband to let me adopt a dog this Christmas?
Well, I believe if you want a dog and you're a grown person, you should have a dog. But don't use it as a wedge in your marriage, and make absolutely sure that your husband will walk the dog with you, brush the dog, feed the dog, clean up after the dog. Maybe the husband is just saying, Christmas is a bad time, honey, we'll get one in the spring. But if he's totally against bringing a dog into your home, I think you have to get your dog fix at the shelters and
volunteer
walk
time,
dogs. Yes.
Right. When I find a great bargain gift, I count the original retail price, not the discount price. My husband says it's only worth what I paid. So who is right on that one?
Oh, honey, your husband is right. Everything is marked up so much.
Right.
Things are worth what you pay for them.
Yeah.
And the grand bargains, you know, the $30 blouse that was really $150 is a $30 blouse with a fancy label.
Okay, good to know. Always great advice and tips here. And for more of Mary Ann's Steal Advice, you can contact her at getstealadvice@gmail.com. And of course, watch for her regular segments right here on PTL.